Hi, this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station. We bring the news to you. The we is me. And if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know that Life Station Express is the name that I believe the Lord gave me. That was several years ago when I was putting together my prayer and counseling ministry slash business. And I've just kept that name. I just think it's so cool. It's like a train theme. If you've gotten derailed, if you've gotten off track, if you come to a crossroads, pull into the station. Let's dump the junk and pull out of the station with a fresh new perspective. And that is the train theme for Life Station Express. So picture in your mind a train. If you look at my picture on, I think it's on, it's on not YouTube, it's on my website, lifestationexpress.com, you'll see me on the end of a caboose. And we found that caboose locally, and I just thought it was so cool to put a picture of myself on the caboose because that's what we're doing. We're pulling into the station. We're getting some new information. We're getting the old stuff out and putting the new stuff in, basically. So just wanted to share that. If you've seen my name on YouTube lately, you might notice that I added my first name, Linda, to the end of that. I put a slash, Life Station Express, and then a slash, and then my first name, Linda, because I just thought whenever I'm commenting through YouTube on someone else's, their channel, it shows up as Life Station Express speaking, and I would like the people to know there's a person behind that. So I added my name to the name of my YouTube channel just to make it a little more personal. And if you have been following me, you know that I used to say two, but I guess it's 3 points of interest that I like to talk about. Number 1 is my faith. Number 2 is the way I've changed my eating lifestyle. And number 3 would be that we live in a camper 6 months out of the year. So I'm going to add a little bit of that into today's video just for fun, just to add it in. So what I wanted to kind of share today, I was talking with a person who started out as a client and is now a friend, and we talk regularly, and we have some really, really good conversations. And this morning we were talking about service because he was talking about the way the Lord is leading him in his minute. He's very young. He's only in his 20s. And the Lord is leading him in his ministry and what he's going to be doing as evangelism and service to others. So he read 2 scriptures for me. So I thought I'd read them to you because I so relate to them, and I so agree with him that what we are to be doing as Christ followers is service unto others to the best of our ability with what we have to give. Now, there's all kind of boundaries to be set, saying that you don't give what you don't have. And I remember the analogy that floated around for a long time, that picture a teacup and a saucer, and what you give out of your saucer. You fill your teacup up with whatever God gives you, and when it overflows into your saucer, that is what you get to give out to others. So you don't deplete yourself, so that you don't have any, nothing to give to others. So you want to give out of your overflow, what is in your saucer. It is not selfish to do that, but you want to be filled up enough that when you give out to others, you don't hinder yourself in what God is giving you and what he's showing you. So I wanted to read this first scripture, and I'm going to read it out of my King James Bible because I tell you what, I just always go, lost my bookmarker, to the King James because I feel like it's very accurate. I did buy, is this not the prettiest? I did buy a new Bible because it's small, also is my favorite color, but it's a smaller Bible that I thought, well, I'll just carry this one with me. It's easier than my other one, which is, it's a chain reference Bible, my other one. So it's thicker and it's bigger. This one was supposed to be larger print, as you can see. It is not. It's not really larger print. But I guess in order to get the whole 66 books in here, the print couldn't be too big. But this is the English Standard Version, which I like. It's fine just for reading. But I found out if you want to do some study, there are some scriptures, just like the New International Version and some of the other versions of the Bible that I would never ever use for study, such as the Message. I would never use the Message Bible. Anyway, not for study. I wouldn't even use it. Anyway, that's another whole subject. But this is the English Standard Version, which is great if you're going to sit down and just read something. And it's awesome, and it's nice and light to carry. But when I want to study and I want to really, delve into something, I'm going to get out my good old King James, which I've had since probably 85, this Bible. Like I've said before, this is the third cover that's been on it. And anyway, I'm going to read 1 Peter, which is in the New Testament, chapter 4, verse 10. Whoops, I don't have that. Well, oh, my bookmarker fell out. No wonder. Here it is. Hey, guys, I will tell you while I'm looking for 1 Peter again. I'll put it in my second one. These little papers that I just showed you, that bookmarker, they're amazing. You can find them. They come in... see it there? Perfect size bookmarker. They come in as the dividers in a tea bag box. I've saved, I don't know how many of them. I use them for bookmarkers. You can give them to your kids to decorate for their bookmarkers or whatever, but they work really good. Anyway, the first scripture I wanted to read was 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10, and it is in the New Testament toward kind of back in the end. So, as every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another. Minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. So if we're following the grace of God, which is the favor of God, if we're pouring out of ourselves things that God has poured into us, that is grace. When we give that into other people, that's grace. And that is service to others, which is a huge yes. It's a huge yes in the body of Christ. If you want to live for the Lord, serve the Lord, you will be serving others, and you will be serving others selflessly. And it's I think it's getting harder and harder to do that as time goes by. I think we in this country especially have learned and have been, I guess I would say have been taught, but it's been ingrained into us that we get to be comfortable. We don't function really well if we're not as comfortable as we could be. We like the temperature comfortable, we like our furniture comfortable, we like our scenery to be comfortable, we like our jobs to be comfortable. But when you're talking about ministering out to others, you're not going to be comfortable. You're just not going to be. You're going to be pushing yourself in areas that maybe you have a bit of trouble with, or you are going to be coming out of your comfort zone, so they say. And that scripture just showed me that what God gives into you, you pour out into other people. And I'm sorry, my lighting is kind of not the best in here. I did shut some of the windows just to make it a little bit better. The second one was Matthew 6:33. And I know so many people already know this one. I remember I had a former pastor that taught on this, Pastor Chris. But seek ye first. You seek first. Whenever you see ye in the King James, it's not hard to read King James. Just translate it in your head. Seek ye first, or you seek first, the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So as you pour out of yourself, as you give into others what God has given into you, it will continue to be poured back into you, back into, like I was talking about the teacup analogy. What God pours into you through prayer, Bible study, whatever, and God gives you information and pours that into you, you have that in your spirit. That goes in. It doesn't really leak out. It goes into your spirit. And that is what you, as a believer in Jesus, can pour out into other people. And I just wanted to share that. I thought that was really, really good. We had this really nice conversation this morning, my friend and I, and that's just that part. And bookmarker, perfect size, comes out of the tea bag box. And I wanted to share too, this morning, I was working on, just sitting here at the table in the camper, still reading Timothy Alberino's Birthright book, and I've only gotten through the first chapter because I haven't really taken the time to go through it the way I want to, but it's very deep, and I almost have to have a dictionary while I'm looking at this, reading this book. But I did get at least, I think I have 4.5 pages of notes just from chapter 1. If anybody wants to study that with me, just let me know, and I'd be glad to do that, because I love to share the knowledge, that I'm getting from other people, just like he's sharing his knowledge. You put it in a book, and that way we get to look at it and hear from it ourselves. Okay, that is the faith part of what I wanted to talk about today. Being of service, receiving what God pours into us, and then pouring that out into other people. And then, I don't know if I've ever done a video. This is what our camper looks like. Our camper is a 2000. So it is not a brand new one, but it was maintained very well by the person that had it, the lady that had it, that we bought it from, Richard's Guitar. And, it's got some nice features like it's actually got a CD player, and then you can play cassette tapes as well, and a radio there. And that goes through all the way through to the back of the camper. Okay, here's where I was standing at the sink. But there are speakers, well, toaster oven, supplies, our vitamins, the table, Richard's ice drinks. And then, I guess I'll just do this. I have a closet. We have a bathroom, of course, with a vent. And then our bedroom, we have a sink, a nice shower. I don't know if you can see all that. I'm trying to get it in here while I'm standing here. And then this year, I was able to get us some nice bedspreads. And yes, we have single beds. At some point, we'd like to build something that would be, so that we could actually sleep together. But for 6 months out of the year, unless we cuddle, one night before bed or something, we each have our own bed. And I found these nice, what do you call them? Pillows, sit-up pillows, whatever you call them. I just thought that was pretty camper woodsy looking. And we each have a nice window. And we can use the shelf. There's my calendar my sister made with a picture of my grandson and my mom. I don't even change it. It's been like this since May because I love that picture so much. So anyway, that's just my curling iron. And then, back through, there's the shower. And then I think this camper is 35 feet long, I do believe. And I spend a lot of time on this couch, especially in the evenings, watching YouTube, learning things, doing Bible studies, whatever I'm going to do. And that is the main door. So anyway, I'll flip this around. And I might go outside just because it's a beautiful day. It's nice and hot today. Of course, that's what I like. And I might go out, pause this, and just go outside for a minute and look a little bit at some things that are outside. And then I might talk a little keto. All right, I will see you. I'm going to put it on pause, and then I will see you soon. Okay, made it outside. So I'm going to put my hair up a little bit because it is a warm day. Warm, breezy, sunshiny. Yeah, Linda's weather. Absolutely Linda's weather. So I'm going to go over here and get in the golf cart and see what it looks like down by the creek. Here. Okay. Unplug it because it's plugged in. See my lights? Aren't they cool? Anyway, here we go. Pause again. So I don't know how this is going to go, but I'll just take you with me. That's my campsite, our campsite. rather. There's the swing Richard put together the other weekend. I love it. Love it, love it. And we'll just go down the road here. I turned it off for a little bit because I don't know if other people want their campers to be shown in the video, just for privacy's sake. So I turned it off when I came down. Now I'm down closer to the creek. Creek. You know, that's me. I say crick, but that's me. So let's see. I'm going to come up here and just kind of stop for a second and whoosh. Roots. All right, there we go. Whoosh, there we go. All right, let me turn it off. The brake on. See if I can find something to put this camera on that the light works. Oh, sorry, Robin. Scared of Robin. See the bugs? It's just beautiful. I love it. I live for days like this. I just live for them. All right. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit. I'll flip it. See if this will work. Sit it up here. Stand back. Now, maybe you can hear me. If I get back too far. It would feel nice to get in there. That water's probably nice and cool. Anyway, I'll get close enough that you can see me. Sorry about my hand there. Oops. Oh, come on. Sit up there. All right. I have the phone sitting on one of those posts that for a campsite where you plug in for your shore power. And this area where I am, there's probably 6 or 7. They call them tent sites, but campers come in here too. But they're for temporary, like weekend, or if you're here for a week, you're not a permanent, like summertime resident like we are. So this whole area across here, I heard the kingfisher. He's up there that way. I love to hear him. Is for weekend from here on out to the road, and it's very nice to camp here. Anyway. I've seen several testimonies, and that's what I'll call them, for people who have actually started healing their body by using the ketogenic lifestyle. And it definitely is a lifestyle. It's something you have to get used to. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I have to show you this. This is me. I'm sorry, this is me. I have to show you this. Hold on, let me flip it. This is so cool. Okay, I'm using this post, right? Look what is on the top of it. Guess who's in town? Ah, is that not cool? That's the coolest. Hello, locust shell. We call them locusts. They're really cicadas, but anywho. Whoops. And there's the kingfisher. I hear him. Oh my goodness. Sit. Okay. Wildlife. It distracts me. Oh, look, a squirrel. That's just how I am. Sorry. Anyway. The ketogenic lifestyle. It's very simple, and I think sometimes it's too simple for people to grasp or take in, because you do have to give up some things, but then you do get some things in return. What you get in return, as I've seen and as you've heard me talk about, is you get your health back, or you get parts of your health back. Anyway, I got the late start. I'm 66. I've been on keto for a year and a half, and as I've said previously, I had a stroke, and I had buildup plaque in my carotid arteries. This one was 100% occluded, is the word they used. This one was almost 50%. And as I've said before, so I won't say it over and over, since I've been a year and a half doing the ketogenic lifestyle, both of the sides of my neck, my arteries, carotid arteries are less than 50%, and my vascular surgeon said, we don't do anything about that. It's got to be a lot worse. They had told me they can't do anything about this side, which is my right side. I'll try to flip this video later if I can. It's not going to upload very fast, so I don't know if I can. I'll try. But anyway, this is my right side of my neck. This one was 100% occluded. We don't even touch that, he said. There's no reason to go in there. We can't fix it. So they've been watching this side, and that was a year ago, as I said in a previous video. So now both sides are less than 50% occluded. So where did the plaque go? My body reabsorbed it because I'm giving my body the nutrients and the food that it wants to work properly. I'm off sugar, I'm off bread, I'm off pasta, I'm off seed oils. Now, is that easy? No, I had to make a decision. I had to have my aha moment. And I know of several people lately in my life that are facing physical issues. They're facing physical, what do you want to call it? Illnesses, things that aren't working right properly in their body, the different systems. Now this, I guess, what I'm talking about for myself would be part of the cardiovascular system because it's vascular, the arteries and the veins. Other people have had other things be healed, and I don't say that lightly. They have had things be healed. Plantar fasciitis, I had that in one foot for about 6 months, and it was starting to come in the second foot. And I have very small feet. They're small, bony feet. And to have pain in my feet was terrible. And if you don't know what that is, you wake up in the morning and you don't feel it until you step down on the floor, and then it feels like you're walking on shards of glass. It's just ouch, ouch, ouch. It's very painful. About 6 months into keto, I noticed my feet don't hurt. My feet don't hurt at all. My feet are fine. My feet. Wait. My feet are fine. And I found really good flip-flops. And yeah, they were a little pricey, like $35. They're called Archies. I found them on Facebook because I have a very high arch, a very small, short, narrow, bony foot. So coupled with good shoes, and then in the wintertime, finding some good arches, they're not arches, arch supports to put in my shoes for the wintertime, and eating correctly, that's gone. That's non-existent. I have not had a headache. I don't remember when I had a headache last, honestly. I don't have sinus issues. Heart palpitations are gone because I've been getting, sorry the sun's moving, I've been getting the proper electrolytes. I don't know which way to go. I've been getting the sodium that I needed. All these years, the doctors told me, over 40 years, the doctors told me to go low fat, low salt, which was totally incorrect. And if you pick up the book, The Salt Fix by Dr. D. Nicolantonio, Dr. D. Nicolantonio. D. Nicolantonio is his whole last name. You can read it. It's called The Salt Fix, and it will talk to you about that. There are some other books that talk about cholesterol. That's another whole subject. I don't take statins. I will never take a statin. I have I'm in process of fixing my arteries without a statin because I want my brain to stay active. My brain is active. My brain is very active. I study every day. I talk to people every day. I do everything the way I'm supposed to do it as far as, routine, the things we're supposed to do as adults, take care of ourselves. Get up in the morning, put your clothes on, make the bed, pour your coffee, all that. Some people can't do that because they've lost capacity. And that is becoming it's almost an epidemic, dementia and things. I'm going to see if I can move to a better spot because of the light. Anyway, there are just so many things. And I'm just going to list really quick because I'm going to pull this closed because it's getting a little lengthy. Just wanted you to see some scenery, and I wanted to say a couple things. Oh, that's better. Okay. Hello, tree. I heard the peewee in the back. Um, I have an app on my phone. It's called Merlin. I think I might have talked about that. My friend Danielle showed it to me. And several of the campers in here are now using it. It's called Merlin, Merlin. And you can download it, peewee, and you can identify the bird calls. So that's really, I've been having so much fun with that. Anyway, oh, there's the golf cart. See? What a blessing that is. Anyway, back to the ketogenic lifestyle. Stop eating bread. Stop eating sugar. Sugar is addictive, and if you cannot stop eating sugar, guess what? You're a sugar addict. You are a carbohydrate addict if you cannot stop the sugar. So pray about that. And if you want me to pray with you, I will be so happy to do that. You know, there are things we all have challenges and struggles with. Sugar is a huge issue for lots of people. If you want me to help you by praying for you or talking to you about anything I've learned, I am just sharing what I've learned. I am not an expert. I can only talk about what happened to my body. Plantar fasciitis, clearing of the arteries. One of the girls I listen to, she's part of the Two Crazy Ketos YouTube channel. Look that up. Facebook, Two Crazy Ketos, the number 2, and then Krazy, no space, Ketos. Joe and Rachel, they're awesome. I consider them friends, although I've never met them yet. I would love to one day. So if you listen to them, Rachel, she's in her 40s and her mom is in her 70s. Her mother actually went in to have surgery to clear her arteries in her heart. They took her in and they did another test and they're like, you have no blockages. You have no blockages. Where did they go? She's been on keto. She was on keto for a while and the blockages, where do they go? Your body knows what to do with that junk. It disintegrates it, I guess, and you absorb it and get rid of it. However, so that's just another testimony. There are so many women. Dr. Barry, if you looked up Dr. Ken Berry, he and his wife just had a baby, and it's their second child. Their first child they had, their son, through in vitro fertilization. Their second child just happened after she was on keto. Both of them, he's carnivore. Hey, they just got pregnant and they had their daughter. So that's, you can look their story up. Dr. Ken Berry, YouTube, and Two Crazy Ketos, YouTube, and Facebook, wherever, social media, they're everywhere. Those are the two that are really the ones that I follow. There are other people that I follow. Dr. Sean Baker's a good one. And I'm just mentioning them. You can go look them up, on your own. It feels good. You know what? I could put everybody's link in the down below, but I think there's something about going after it yourself. And that's what I did. I had doctors telling me, you need to go on a statin. The first doctor that saw that I had a stroke, the first thing he said to me, you had a little stroke, you need to go on a statin. No, he said, you need to go on Lipitor. He said Lipitor like that. And I'm like, let me do some research. Don't just throw those prescriptions at me. So anyway, I feel like if you or anyone has an issue that you're being told you have something, do some research. And yes, you can do valid research on YouTube because there are plenty of doctors, board certified doctors. I am now teaching my doctors about what's happening to my body. Like I said in a previous video, my vascular surgeon said, I've been looking at your test results from here. He said, I don't even know what to say. There you go. And I hope I don't come across like I have attitude. I might have a little attitude, but if I can do it, this is Linda, plain old me. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do the research. You can look it up. You can make the changes. Honestly, I'm not a huge, strong willpower type person. I'm just not. I just did not want to die. I watched my mother have a stroke and have her license taken away. She couldn't drive. She couldn't drive her car. She couldn't speak correctly. She couldn't use the one side of her body very well, although she did recuperate somewhat so that she lived on her own up into her late 80s. And she finally passed away last year, but she was living on her own up until then. My grandmother, on the other hand, had a debilitating stroke. I'm the one that found her laying on the floor. She couldn't talk. Fear in her eyes. I did not want that. She was wheelchair bound for the rest of her life because one side of her body just plain wouldn't work. I had it happening. I felt like I know what it feels like when your hand doesn't work. When I went to brush my bangs away and my hand just fell into my head, like crumpled. Yes, my body has recuperated a lot because I didn't have a huge stroke, but it was enough that it scared me. That was enough. Don't wait till something scares you. Don't wait. Please don't wait until something happens to your body that's going to hinder you from being able to go places. You know what? I'm not a big world traveler. My husband is. He's been lots of places. This is travel for me. This is what I do. This is where I go. This is my place. Thank goodness, we have places like this that we can come, have a respite. It's quiet. It's so quiet right now. This weekend, it's not quiet because lots of people are here for the weekend. And yeah, more power to them. I hope everybody can get in their car. You can get in your car and go camping, go tent camping. You don't need much. A little stove, an air mattress, a sleeping bag. You can get a lot of that stuff at the Goodwill or someplace. Get in your car and get out on the weekend or during the week if you can. It's so nice. I can't. Maybe it's just my thing. I know other people love this too. Some people like the beach. I like the beach too, but there's nothing like the smell of a nice piece of running water, listening to the birds, hearing the nuthatch is a cute little bird you can hear. The woodpeckers, oh my gosh, I've picked up so many birds on my Merlin bird app. It's so fun. We have a great horned owl, several of them that are making their appearance well into the morning now. They started just coming at dark, looking for the lightning bugs, I guess, and the little squirrel, well, not the squirrels, the chipmunks, they do eat them. But we are in the wild, kind of. But find something that gives you joy, that gives you pleasure. Make changes. I haven't made huge changes. I'm not a real strong person in that area. I have only made a few changes. Get off me, Aunt. A couple of years before I went keto, I stopped dyeing my hair because, hey, I found out my white hair looks fine. It looks fine. I like it. Actually, I like it. I was really afraid to do that. And not everybody needs to do that. That's just me. I know, I don't think, I have 3 daughters-in-law. I don't think any of them dye their hair. And I say, yay. Don't even start that nonsense. If you don't have to, if you don't want to, go natural. That's one of the big changes I made. And then coming to the campground was a big change that we made, my husband and I. And then researching and working on getting my body healthy, even like I said, at this late date. It is so worth it. I am here. If anybody has questions, put them in the comments. If you want to talk to me, you can message me on Facebook, Linda Craig, or Food, Faith, and Friends. Let's get healthy. Food, Faith, Friends. Let's get healthy. That's my Facebook page for keto, food, whatnot. I have recipes on there. I have recipes on this page. I have Bible studies and recipes on this page. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge, but you know what? That's how I am. I'm a little bit of a hodgepodge. I'm a little bit of a mixture. I'm a little of this, I'm a little of that. I think most of us are. We label ourselves with labels so many times. I'm this or I'm that. You know what? We're all a mixture. We all are. We're human beings, and we have likes, dislikes, things we've discovered, things we need to learn. We are all in learn mode. So if you have something that you've discovered, either through Bible study, through your health, for food, if you're a camper, I would love to hear about that. I would love to get nuggets of information and pass them on out of my saucer. My saucer, I don't want it to get too full. I want to be able to let it spread out into other people. So I think I will close that for now and love that. Love that scenery. Had my grandsons here last week, and they had a good time. I got them each a bike, so now they can ride their bikes. I just found them on Marketplace, both of them, and they had a good time. They now they want to drive the golf cart instead of riding their bikes. Grandma, can I drive? Can I drive? And they're like yelling shotgun, because I hardly get to drive it when they're here. But anyway, it's been awesome, and please connect with me if you want to. This is Linda with the Life Station Express. The relay station, that's a bunch of news that I am bringing to you today. Please find what you like, jump into it, do the research. We cannot have an excuse anymore. We've got the internet. Yeah, there's crappy stuff on there. There's bad stuff on there. There are things on there nobody should see or hear, definitely. But when you're looking for some good, solid information and testimonials from other people, I want to share my testimony of my healing with other people because I want other people to get healed. I want to share my faith with other people because I want other people to be with me in eternity. I want you there with me. We are going home. We are going to go home. And we need to all know that. And the only door to get into the house is Jesus. So just going to leave you with that. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for hanging with me. That was 36 minutes. Oof. It'll take me a while to upload this, but because I'm not connected to the internet here other than what's on my unlimited data on my phone. So it'll take a while to get this uploaded, and then I will share it. It'll be on YouTube first, and then it'll go on Facebook. I only use YouTube and Facebook because I don't have time for the other stuff. I'd never get anything else done. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.